Hello everybody. Below you will find the different properties of whole numbers that I will discuss in this video. The symbol for whole numbers is a n with a little zero down there, and the symbol for natural numbers is just an n. Whole numbers starts at 0 and natural numbers starts at 1. I'm going to discuss the commutative property of addition and multiplication. Now that means the numbers can be swapped since their order does not change the answer. With that I mean, if I give you 71 plus 28, the answer is 99. And if I swap the two numbers around and I give you 28 plus 71, the answer is still 99. And then for multiplication, if I give you 9 times 3, the answer is 27. And if I swap the two numbers around and I give you 3 times 9, the answer is still 27. And then the commutative property does not count for subtraction and division. The distributive property of multiplication. What does that mean? The distributive property can be used to break up a difficult multiplication sum into smaller parts. Now in English, the word distribute means to deal out, to hand out, or to disperse. So let's look at an example. If I give you 5 times 306, you can break up the 306 into 300 plus 6. And then the distributive property means you're going to take the 5 and distribute it to 300. So you're going to say 5 times 300, and you're going to take the 5 and distribute it to 6. So you're going to say 5 times 6. So it will look like 5 times 300 plus 5 times 6, which is 5 times 300 is 1500 plus 5 times 6 is 30, and when you add the two, you get 1530. Let's look at another example. If I give you 7 times 214, you can split the 214 into 200 plus 10 plus 4. And then by using the distributive property, you will say 7 times 200, 7 times 10, and 7 times 4. There, I did it for you. And then remember, you separate them with the pluses, and then you're going to say 7 times 200 is 1400, 7 times 10 is 70, and 7 times 4 is 28. And when you add all of that, you get 1498. Now we will be looking at something we call the additive property of 0. And that means when we add 0 to any number, the answer is that number. For example, if I give you 145 plus 0, the answer is 145. And then multiplication by 0. When we multiply any number by 0, the answer is 0. For example, 234 times 0 is 0, and 0 times 314 is 0. But then, remember, you may not divide by 0. The answer is undefined. For example, if I give you 89 divided by 0, the answer is undefined. Identity element. When we multiply or divide any number by 1, the answer is that number. Therefore, the number 1 is called the identity element for multiplication and division. For example, when I give you 135 times 1, the answer is 135. Or 1 times 478 is 478. And with division, if I give you 657 divide by 1, the answer is 657, and 203 divide by 1 is 203. Therefore, 1 is called the identity element for multiplication and division. Order of operations. I'm very sure that you are familiar with this BODMAS, and what that means is that is the order in which you will tackle your sums. So the B stands for brackets, O is of, D division, M multiplication, A addition, and S subtraction. So if we look at this sum, then BODMAS means that you won't just start with 6 plus 7 from left to right. It means that you have to start with the 7 times 2. And then you will put a bracket around 7 times 2, which is 14. And then you can say 6 plus 14 is 20. And then if I give you this sum, 6 plus 7 times 2, but now 6 plus 7 is inside brackets, then BODMAS says you must start with the brackets. So you will start with 6 plus 7. And then the answer is 13 times 2 is 26. And then the last example, there's a rule in maths that says that terms are separated by plus and minus and joined by division and multiplication. So that means you're going to put brackets around 12 divided by 3, minus you put brackets around 100 divided by 25, and plus you put a bracket around 16 times 2. And then 12 divided by 3 is 4, minus 100 divided by 25 is 4, and plus 16 times 2 is 32, and then 4 minus 4 is 0 plus 32, and the answer 32. In the next video, we will do some calculations with whole numbers, long division, and I will explain prime factorization. Click on the video in the left-hand corner to take us straight to the next video.